Hello everyone, Link the Duelist here, back with another profile video on Time Thieves. This is one of my favorite XYZ decks of all time. At least of the ones I own. I don't guess I really can't say that because I don't have a lot of XYZ decks. But I really like this one. It's really cool. Turbos out, level 4s. Can use the Rebellion package in there. Can utilize many different level 4s. Level 4 XYZ turbo deck. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get to it. I play, first of all, I play 3 Time Thief Regulator. If you control no other monsters and you normal summon that card, you contribute it to special summon 2 other Time Thieves from the deck. Most of the time, I would go for a Time Thief Bezel Ship and Chrono Quarter. Both those have graveyard effects that are quite good to put themselves back on the field. Up next, I play 3 Adjuster. If a Time Thief monster is special summoned to your side of the field, she can special summon herself. There is one downside though. You can send 1 Time Thief card from your deck to the graveyard. Wait, hold on. If this card is normal summon or special summon, you can send 1 Time Thief card from your deck to the graveyard, except Time Thief Adjuster. You can only use 1 Time Thief Adjuster effect once each per turn, effect per turn, and only once that turn. So if you use her first effect, you can't use her second effect. If you use her second effect, you can't use her first effect. Mainly, she's just for the first effect because you don't usually special summon her out without using her effect. Because she's mainly just go into your little 4s and extension. But, this is for your second starter right here, though. Time Thief Winder, 3 of. He is, you can actually bring him out by detaching a material from one of your XYZ monsters. And when he is normal or special summon, you can search out a Time Thief card. So he's a great searcher, great starter. It's not too much to say about that. Great card. You're going to want 3 of. Up next, we have 1 Bezel Ship. Quick effect, you can tribute this card, then target 1 Time Thief XYZ monster you control. Attach 1 card from your opponent's graveyard to that monster as material. If this card is in your graveyard, you can detach 1 material from an XYZ monster you control. Special summon this card. Banish it when it leaves the field. So, good way to put another monster on the field if it's in the graveyard and you got an XYZ with material. Good way to get rid of some of your opponent's graveyard so he can't utilize it, he or she. Up next, we have Chrono Quarter, the deck's magic cylinder, basically. During your opponent's battle phase, quick effect, you contribute this card. The next battle damage you take from an opponent's monster attack this turn is inflicted to your opponent instead. Face up XYZ monster you control leaves the field by a card effect. While this card is in your graveyard, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. So, the other graveyard effect card I was talking about. Then we have Time Thief Temple Wall. This card Basically, you can tribute it, then target one monster your opponent controls, banish it until the end phase. Kind of like what Time Thief Redoer does to himself, but to your opponent's monster. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one Time Thief monster you control, except Time Thief Temple Wall. Return that monster to the hand, and if you do, special summon this card. So, the effect's not used a lot, but it is a good way to recycle. Or recycle some of your monsters that are on the field back into your hand for extra use if you did not normal summon that turn. Which doesn't happen a lot, but it's there. And it's also a Time Thief name, so that's why I put Evan in there. Up next, we have Goblinberg. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon one level 4 or lower monster from your hand. Then change this card to defense position. Just an extender. Then we have Raider's Wing. Another extender. He can be special summoned by detaching a material from an XYZ monster. Then we have Danger Mothman, because why not? You can reveal him in your hand. Then you have your opponent select card. If they select Mothman, he goes to the graveyard and you draw a card. Oh wait, no, sorry. If he goes to the graveyard, both of you draw a card. If he doesn't, you get special summon him, then draw a card. It's pretty cool. Up next, we have the Phantom Knight of Ancient Cloak. I just have him in there for the search of the Phantom Knight card. For like Shade Brigadine or the... Actually, you can't search that out. Okay. Usually the rank up spell, but I don't got the right rank up spell, so you can't really search that one out. But he's good to discard off for Rusty Bardige. He's in there for Rusty Bardige. And he can also increase one of your monsters' attack by 800, so that's great. Then we have the hand trap line, 2 Ash Blossom. No need to explain. 2 Effect Veiler. And 1, something I'm trying out, Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood. And that is it for the monsters. Let's get into the spells. Up first, we have 2 Time Thief Startup. You can special summon a Time Thief card from your hand. And if this card's in the graveyard, you can banish it to attach a monster, trap, and spell Time Thief cards to one of your Time Thief XYZ monsters from the graveyard. Then we have Time Thief Hack, another name, and it is good in a pinch. You don't see it a lot, you don't use it a lot, but I like it in there. When I do get to use it, it's pretty cool. It will, it keeps your monster, XYZ monster, from being destroyed. Let's see here, actually. During the turn, they are special summoned. XYZ monsters you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Also, your opponent cannot target them with card effects. You can target one face-up XYZ monster you control. It gains 300 attack for each material attached. Currently attached to it. Till the end of this turn. And if it does, also has a material that is owned by your opponent, it can attack directly this turn, even if this card leaves the field. So, like, if you got Redoer on the field, and he's just jacked, he's got like 10 cards on him, he's gonna do a lot of damage when he attacks directly. Then up next, we have 2 Overlay Network. Because you can target one face-up monster you control, spell summon one monster with the same level from your hand or graveyard in defense position. And every monster in my deck is level 4, except for one, which is the Phantom Knight, Ancient Cloak. You can also summon monsters from the extra deck the turn you activate this effect, except XYZ monsters. And the second effect is target one XYZ monster you control, add 1 card attached to it to the hand. So, bringing back your cards. And I think you can actually add your opponent's card to your hand too. It doesn't specify. Then we have 1 Overlay Regen to attach. It can be attached to your XYZ monsters. Then we play 1 Phantom Knight's Rank Up Magic Force. Basically your rank up spell. Then we play a few generics. Raigeki for the field pop. Harpy's Feather Duster for back row. Book of Eclipse, because this card really comes in handy a lot. I found it anyways. Monster Reborn, obvious reasons. Foolish Burial to put your cards in the graveyard, like your Phantom Knight or some of your Time Thieves. And that's it for the spells. Now we get into the traps. We have 2 Imperm for negating. And we have 2 of this guy, Zoma the Earthbound Spirit. He's actually new out of the new box. Retrain of Zoma the Spirit. Can be summoned as a level 4 monster. And all monsters your opponent controls that can't attack must attack this card. And this card summoned this way is destroyed by an opponent's monster's attack. Inflict damage to your opponent. Max 3,000, equal to double the original attack of the attacking monster. So, if you two are like going neck and neck and both real low, I hit you or try to hit you, you use that and clutch the duel. No. Great card. I did have a Zoma the Spirit, but once that released out, I switched it up. Then we have 2 Time Thief Power Reserve, because it's a level 4 monster. I don't really use the second effect a lot. But it's still good. But other than that, it's a Time Thief name that you can attach to one of your Time Thief cards, and you want Redoer to have traps on him. Then we have Time Thief Flyback for attaching to one of your XYZs. Time Thief Retrograde for spell and trap negation. And then you can also attach it. Deck's basically all about attaching stuff to your Redoer and your Perpetua and stuff. Even Double Barrel if you feel like using them. Then we have 2, the Phantom Knight of Shade Brigadine, because the level 4 monster. And then we have Quaking Mirror Force. And that is it for the main deck. Up next we have the extra deck. Obviously we play Arc Rebellion, Dark Requiem, and Dark Rebellion. I don't think those need any explanation other than they're great cards. Arc is a good OTK, Requiem's really good utility, and Dark Rebellion you could make real easy in this deck, and he's good in certain situations. Then we play 2 Time Thief Redoer, because this deck needs him. It's kind of the whole premise. Then we have 2 Time Thief Perpetua, because she is Redoer's best buddy. Then we have Time Thief Double Barrel, don't make him a lot, but he's in there. Then I have 1 Raider's Knight to go into Arc, 1 Gaga Cowboy, because it's a rank 4 and pretty solid card. One Evil Swarm Nightmare, because he's a Book of Moon, basically. And we got Tornado Dragon for the spell and trap popping. And we have a Gaga Magician. You use him to go into Utopic Future for the most part. Then we play 1 number F-Zero Utopic Future. Now I know Draco Future is usually played alongside of him, but unfortunately I do not own the card, so all I have is Utopic Future, but he's still a decent card overall, so I have him in here. And then we have the 1 Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardige. And that would be it. I do eventually plan on upgrading this deck, so you will see another deck profile, but at that point it will probably be upgraded to a Raid Raptor Time Thief deck, because that is how I want to run it. I just got to get the cards. But definitely expect this one in the future. You'll probably see it in some of the 1v1 duels, because it is one of my favorite decks to play that I currently own. Other than that, please like and subscribe. This has been Link the Duelist, and I am out.